Hello, everyone. Today's article is titled The 5 Rules for a Happy Relationship. It's based on research by Harvard psychiatry experts and a married couple with decades of counseling experience. They explain that happy couples don't just avoid conflict, they handle it differently. From quick apologies to public respect and acts of kindness, the article offers timeless advice. Let's explore how these 5 simple habits can strengthen love in any culture. Let's pause for a moment before we move into the article. Stories like this often reveal more than they seem. They raise questions about how we act, what we value, and what we pass on to the next generation. This brings us to our theme, what makes relationships last. It's easy to assume that love fades over time or that conflict ruins closeness. But research shows that it's not the absence of disagreement, it's how couples respond. Trust, mutual respect, and daily kindness play a larger role than we often imagine. Relationships don't break from one big fight, but from little moments handled poorly. This article highlights what successful couples avoid and how that shapes long-term happiness. What kinds of behaviors quietly damage relationships even when there's no active conflict? Some behaviors may seem minor but can seriously weaken a relationship over time. For example, withholding compliments or waiting for the other person to show affection first can create distance. Correcting a partner in public may feel justified in the moment, but it chips away at mutual trust. Even silence after an argument, when used to avoid vulnerability, can turn into long-term resentment. What happy couples understand is that connection requires effort, not just emotion. They take small actions seriously, sincere apologies, gentle words, or a kind gesture. These habits don't erase conflict, but they create safety and restore respect. The article shares how couples who avoid blame, embarrassment, and selfish honesty often stay stronger longer. In short, it's less about grand romantic moments and more about showing up with consistency and care. Now, to understand this article better, we need to familiarize ourselves with key vocabulary. We'll go over 3 important expressions, learn their meanings, and see them in action with example sentences. Let's start with psychiatry. It refers to the medical field that studies and treats mental and emotional disorders. In the article, the relationship advice is based on decades of experience in psychiatry and counseling. Here is an example. She chose to specialize in psychiatry to help people struggling with anxiety and depression. Next is authenticity. It means being real, honest, and true to your own character or feelings. The article stresses that successful relationships rely on emotional honesty and authenticity, not performance. Here is an example. His authenticity made others feel safe to open up and share their thoughts. Finally, let's look at go a long way. This idiom means to have a strong positive effect or to be very helpful over time. In the article, small gestures like saying thank you or making the first move go a long way in keeping love strong. Here is an example. A simple thank you can go a long way in building trust and warmth in any relationship. Now that we've explored the main themes and vocabulary, let's reinforce our understanding with a summary dictation exercise. Listen carefully and fill in the blanks. Long-lasting couples don't avoid conflict. They manage it with respect, patience, and empathy. This article outlines 5 habits of strong relationships: apologizing quickly, avoiding public embarrassment, expressing appreciation, showing kindness, and taking the first step after disagreements. Rather than blaming or waiting, happy couples prioritize connection. These insights are especially meaningful in cultures like Korea's, where emotional expression is often indirect and long-term love requires daily effort and humility. Let's check the answers and review what each word means. The first answer is conflict. It refers to disagreement or tension between people. The second answer is apologizing. It means to say sorry for something you did wrong. The third answer is appreciation. This refers to showing gratitude or recognizing someone's effort. The fourth answer is first step. It means initiating a repair or reconnecting after conflict. The fifth answer is humility. It describes a modest attitude without pride or ego. Well done, everyone! Today we explored 5 key habits that support lasting love, especially in cultures where emotional openness can be challenging. We also learned expressions that help us talk about relationships with care and insight. Here's a final question to think about for our next review session. Which of the 5 rules do you think is the most difficult to practice and why? Until then, take care of your relationships, one small act at a time.